Hello again. This is Peter Meyerson for Radio Entrepreneurs. We're glad to have you back. I am sitting here with my co-host today. I need to say that we're sitting, my co-host and I are sitting in for the inimitable Jeff Davis, who
I'm here.
He's watching us.
He's in the bleachers right now, way back.
He's not that far in the bleachers. Anyway, so Gary Goldman of Truly Yogurt in Wellesley, a wonderful ice cream shop that you should try if you haven't already, and I are going to be interviewing Dwight Davis in about a minute. I do want to thank our hosts, the social network, who are sponsoring our broadcast today from Framingham. So our guest today is Dwight Davis. Hi, Dwight.
How you doing, Peter?
I'm doing great. So do you want to tell our guests who you were and who you are?
Well,
I mean, you're kind of famous.
I got the chance to play.
At least for those people my age.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I was able to play professional basketball in the NBA. I was the third player selected out of the University of Houston by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 1972.
So that was before LeBron.
That was way before LeBron.
And how long did you play for the Cavaliers?
I played for the Cavaliers 3 years, Gary, and then I was traded to the Golden State Warriors, which was really good for me. As a high draft pick, you get selected by the bad teams, and Cleveland was just an expansion team. They were in their third year. But the Golden State Warriors had just won the championship, NBA championship, this season that they traded for me. So I moved from a cellar-dwelling team to a championship team where I got a chance to play with guys like Rick Barry. I'm sure you've heard of that name, and Jamal Wilkes, and a great coach, Al Attos. So I played 5 years. In my fifth year, in my last year with Golden State, I tore my quadricep tendon.
So you left basketball, and what did you do?
Well, when I left basketball, I immediately went into real estate. And by being a high draft choice, I was fortunate enough to have a pretty good salary and quite a bit of deferred money. And I was fortunate enough to be living in Northern California in the 70s, where everybody was a real estate genius and baron. If you bought land there, 5 days later it was worth double. Mm-hmm. So that was what I did.
So that's pretty good. So what are you doing now?
Well,
and how'd you get there?
Okay, my lovely wife and I, we own a franchise called Senior Helpers. It's an in-home non-medical care business where we send out caregivers, companion and personal caregivers, to the homes of, for the most part, seniors to help them with activities of daily living. Most seniors go into facilities because they need someone. They need help with laundry, cooking, running errands, and those sorts of things. Some also need go in because they need help with clothing, with bathing, getting dressed, and toileting.
But nursing care also? I mean, that's what I thought. That's why a lot of seniors went into care facilities.
No, the nursing aspect can be covered by a nurse coming by once a week or once every other week, depending on what the senior needs. It's not the nursing care that they...
It's the additional services that they need.
It's the additional services that they need. It's why they have to go into a facility. And we all know that we all are happier at home. And so this is a business that has sprung up in the last 20 years where people have been doing this. But again, we bought the franchise with Senior Helpers, a great group of people. Their mission and outlook toward working with seniors was in line with my wife's and mine.